Is as far as you mean saved, will they be playing softball there this spring? Yes, they will.
Will it stay a park? I mean, will it be developed?
I think eventually Colston Park's going to be developed, yes.
How futuristic?
You know what, we've got some issues we need to deal with some burials over there.
Why would you take an inner city park and develop it when you're trying to keep a neighborhood environment? And I mean, it's a viable park.
I've actually spoke with some of the neighbors around that area that like to see Colston Park moved.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, again, there's going to be disagreements. I understand that. You know, hey, I won this election with 50% of the vote. That means 50% of the people didn't vote for me. I understand that. Yes, Wayne.
Mayor, Falls Landing Park, why only a 2-acre lake? And how much water will it retain? And how long can it retain?
Well, I left that up to the engineers, Wayne. They're the ones that designed it. We've got a 6-acre tract of ground there. They felt that a 2-acre retention lake would handle the needs. You know, that's not an answer that I went home and thought about. That's an answer that I went to the engineers and asked them.
Do you know what kind of rainfall it can hold? 100 years? 100-year rainfall, or 50 years?
Yeah, we've got a preliminary sizing for the pond, and that is to support the storm sewer separation that we've done, which, as you well know, was the one at 7th and Ohio, and then the one that we did with the IOCRA grant, the $1 million IOCRA grant that the city received to separate the sewers going up on 8th Street up to, I believe, Watt Street over there where Foul Oils is. So that pond has been sized, and I don't know, Aaron, do you remember what the volume is? One of my engineers back there. We sized it, it's 2 acres. It's the normal depth of that pond is going to be about 4 foot deep to not have mosquito growth, etc. And the storage occurs above that elevation, above the normal pool elevation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Barb?
IDEM had to give approval on the canal plan, so, you know, somehow they were involved in that process. I went to the neighborhood initiatives meetings, and they explained it, and I am pro-canal. But I became pro-canal. I wasn't always pro-canal. And the more I studied, the more I believed it was a doable thing. And I understand the retention pond concept, but what does IDEM, I mean, do they have to give approval on that too? And are they saying that it's done?
We're good with IDEM. Here's my
Okay.
question to you.
Yeah.
You know, if you like the canal, I'm not doing anything to say 10 years, 20 years from now, somebody else wants to come along and build the canal. I'm not doing anything to stop that. What I'm asking you to do is to look at the numbers that I just put up there. This whole project was initiated because the EPA came in and said, Jeffersonville, you've got to fix this problem. Well, this is just me, but my opinion is you fix the problem that the EPA tells you you got to fix first. That's the $30.8 million. Now, if you can spend $30.8 million and you can meet the EPA demands and you can spend $1 million and build a beautiful park in downtown Jeff, which I think is a fantastic idea to have a place like this in downtown Jeff. But if you can do that and address your flooding issues, why do we see the need to spend another $69.7 million?
Where does that stormwater go? Help me with that.
Well, the stormwater, part of it is separated before it's getting there. I'm sorry,
I'm just asking because these
the
are-
sewer water is being separated before it gets there. There is already a pipe, an inlet and an outlet in that. There's a ditch there right now. The old Frank Steakhouse property, it runs in a 96-inch pipe over to Cane Run Creek. So, anybody else?
Like the duration of the EPA mandate, is it for 10 years? 10 years, 15 years?
We've got 15, well, we had 15 years when it was originally signed to meet the EPA demands. I think there were some points that we had to reach prior to 15 years, and we're doing that with the 10th Street Pump Station and some other things. There's been a lot of other projects in the works for the past, what, 3-4 years. So Jeffersonville, you know, we're just taking a different approach. We are meeting the EPA demands. I'm more inclined in doing what I consider to be the priority instead of, you know, the canal, which was more looked at as a possibility of a draw for economic development. We can argue all night long on, you know, whether it would have spurred economic development or not. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, my point is this, on our personal sewer bills, we have a line item for EPA mandate. I'm with Playsquare Park. Our mandate has doubled our sewer bill. And now we're still looking at 9% increase every year for the next 3 or 4 years.
3 years.
3 years. But I'm just wondering, how long is that mandate gonna last, or is that forever? And then, in our case, we use a lot of water.
The mandate is to separate the stormwater from the sewer water, and that's what gets us here. If you're asking me how long the sewer bill,
How long is that mandate gonna be in effect for that cost?
Are you asking if sewer rates will ever drop?
It's there.
that
Right.
the rate that you are seeing adjusted over the next 3 years is there. It's not gonna go away. It's there. And it's, you know, from annexation, we're building a north plant up here, I think of $21 million. You know, the growth of the city has added to the need for sewer improvements. And let's be honest, I mean, the sewer system in Jeffersonville is very outdated. It needs a lot of attention. We're getting there and we're doing it. You know, I really think if you look at what we're doing here versus what would have been done on the alternative, you know, you're seeing 3 years of an increase and then it caps there. The other one was not gonna cap there.